Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. It's actually nighttime now. It's about 8:30. I'm planning on making one of my iced coffees that I like in the morning, but it's nighttime now, and you will notice I'm not moving at all. I am like completely frozen up here. My feet aren't moving or anything, so I may have to pause periodically just to reach something or try to get something. Because I'm doing this while Claudine's out in the garage. She just left, and she's got a friend that's out there right now, and they're going to play cards. And Bill's up watching something upstairs, so if I need him in a pinch, I can call him. Which I had to do this afternoon because when I was sitting in the kitchen loading the dishwasher, I didn't fall, I slipped out of my wheelchair. The wheelchair that I have is not very good. The seat has started to sag, and I've only had it a few months. I am waiting for a new wheelchair that they're custom making for me. Well, we haven't been approved yet, but they have told me there shouldn't be any issue with it. But anyway, which means that I'll just pay $500 towards it, and then they will pay the balance. So they said that shouldn't be any problem, but the paperwork had to go to Edmonton. It could take up to 4 months. So we're trying everything we can to make this one work until then. But anyway, so I was in the kitchen loading the dishwasher, and I slid out of it. Like the seat is dipped and the cushion has dipped into it, and so therefore it's difficult to sit on there, and I tend to slide. But when I'm just out with somebody, they can stop the machine and help me up, and if I'm able to move, I can put my brakes on and sort of jump back in the chair and be fine. Well, I wasn't moving extremely well, and I didn't jump quick enough, and I slid, but I didn't slid all the way to the floor. I slid just halfway, and then the phone rang, and so Bill answered the telephone, and just as he answered the telephone, I slid. So he's answering the phone, which was Gary, my brother, and Gary could hear me in the background, and Bill could hear me because I was going, help, somebody come get me, help, help, help. And so anyway, he came down. He hadn't hung up the phone, so poor Gary was wondering what was going on. But anyway, so he helped me get back up on the chair because we just had to sort of hike me a little bit, and I was able to push a little bit from the floor and got me back in. Within a half an hour, I went up to the bathroom upstairs. No, I keep saying upstairs. There is no upstairs. It's one floor, but I don't know for what reason. When I go down the hall, I say upstairs. Anyway, I went down to the bathroom that's in our bedroom, and I slid again. Only this time, I slid, and I had my running shoes on, which have very good grip, and I put my feet down very quickly to try and stop myself from sliding any further. And it was like mass in motion. I mean, I stopped myself directly. The chair stopped, but my body kept moving, and it literally threw me out of the chair, and I landed on my head and my elbow, my knee, and my hip on the right side. So I've got a wicked headache right now, but I have, only thing bruised is my ego. I don't have any bruises. I have a little bit of a mark on my head, but not bad. It's not a big bump or anything. So I said, I'm doing just fine. Excuse me. So carry on. So anyway, I decided to make myself a coffee, and I'd make that my video. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. Now I'm going to show you. I've got a coffee pot here. It's a McCafe breakfast blend, I think it is. No. Yeah, I think it's a breakfast. Anyway, it's a McCafe. I'm not sure what the blend is. Anyway, I've got Bill loaded it with water for me, and I'm going to just put that down. Hit the button. Now this is going to make the coffee that's hot that I will put into my jar, which my jar, this is my jar here. I don't want to break it, so can you see? It's a mason jar that has a chalkboard label on it, and so if you have put flavored coffee, you can mark what kind of flavored coffee you have, or you can just write coffee with some chalk. I just leave it blank because it's only me that's going to drink this stuff. So anyway, I will take this hot coffee, put it in there tonight, let it cool on the counter, then put it in the fridge, and then I've got my cold coffee for the morning made. So normally I would make it with a little less coffee than this. Excuse me. But I just decided to empty the jar, so I've put the entire amount in here. So this is that. And then over here, this is my cup. It's a penguin. Okay, I'm going to bring it over, and I want to show you inside the penguin. So, second. All right, so this is the penguin, and I've made a bit of a mess out of it. Can you see in there? See that dark? That's ice cubes, but those ice cubes are coffee. I made ice cubes out of coffee. They get a sort of a thing on the top that's kind of looks like chocolate or something. This is what this stain here is on here. This was my hands touching this cup afterwards. My hands were covered with the stuff. I had it on my nightie. I had it everywhere. So I don't think we'll be making coffee cubes anymore. It's strong enough without it. But anyway, I put the coffee cubes in there. The flavor that I'm going to use tonight is going to be, it's called Thin Mocha, which means it's sugar-free. And it's mocha flavored. This is a plastic bottle, thank goodness. Just a second. This is very hard to do when I have no movement, so please bear with me. I don't need a lot of the flavoring. Put about that much flavoring in. I'll get Bill to put all the lids on these things. And then I will put a little bit of the creamer in. And you can use whipped cream or anything like that. You don't have to actually do it in this blender, but I like to do it in the blender because then I know everything's really blended up nice. And if I don't do that, then I have a little frother that I use. Okay, I don't like a lot of cream, so that's the cream. I don't put any additional sugar at all. I've got enough with the chocolate syrup here. And so, and there's flavor, it's sugar-free, but there's some kind of stevia or something, so that still tastes quite sweet. Now, this is just Hershey's syrup. Let me see if I can do this one. Oh, it's not even Hershey's. This is one of the no name chocolate syrup. So we have this. We also have sundae topping, but this is, it's just a, I'm going to do this. Let me put this over here. And bring this forward. All right, now I'm going to put a bit of this in. You can mix this up any way you want. You could add whipped cream. You can add just milk. You don't have to add any of it if you don't want it. Okay, come on. Let's see if it pours out. It's going to pour out slowly. But anyway, I'm going to put in a little bit of this chocolate syrup because that's always really good. I like to squeeze the bottle to get it, but let me see if I can take the lid off. No, I can't. I can't do lids now. It's really tough. I have a real struggle with most of these things. But so I'm usually banished from the kitchen. I only get to do a few little things. I take advantage when she goes out to the garage, because when she goes out to the garage, then I do a few extra things that I wanted to do. Like I can have an idea like, oh, let's have stew, or let's have pierogies, or let's have whatever. The next thing you know, she's got everything chopped and made and done, and I'm like, good heavens, you do everything. So tomorrow she has a long day because she is taking Bill for lab work, and then he is getting a flu shot, and he has to go and meet the prostate cancer doctor to see what they're going to do about those treatments. They may start in January. He's currently doing the chemo for the blood cancer, the myeloma. I forget. I can't say that word right. But anyway, so he's got a very long appointment of day tomorrow, and she has to go get a tire fixed. She has a flat tire. She has to get a tire fixed first thing in the morning. So, okay, I'm going to take a couple of these ice cubes and just put them in. Oh! It wouldn't be me if I didn't spill. And so I'll just put this on and then I'll wipe it up. Okay, no, I better wipe it. Yeah, I'm going to put you on pause because I better wipe that up. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm back, everybody. I have an assistant. Bill's with me. He's helped me do all this cleanup. So what we're going to do is, okay, we took the coffee from the Keurig. We put it into this jar. No, just leave it unplugged or uncapped right now because we want this to, excuse me, you're blocking the camera. Just step back. There you go. Thank you. We want this to cool down before we put it in the fridge. So that's going to be there. So therefore, I took it out of this. Now I'm going to hit this button. But do you want to maybe just see, put your hand on this? It's okay if you got your back there. That's good. Thank you. You can put your head down and say hello if you want.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Piss out of me.
Sorry.
My hand's getting wet.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's good. Now we're going to pour that into the penguin mug. All right. So this comes off of here. So try not to block it too much. There we go. All right. So now Bill's going to just, I'm going to back you up a little bit so that the people can still see what you're doing, but they don't see your back. There you go. Now they can see what you're doing. And now he's going to pour. It's easier actually without that because the ice cubes need to come in. Yeah. You have to get the lid off. Yeah, that's much better. You'll see it pours way easier. It should just pull off actually. Oh, it doesn't want to even come off. Well, if it doesn't come off, I'll have to pause the film until we can get it off. You get it? Oh, he's just going to pour. No, you can hear the sound of it. We'll hit this black button and we'll come back in just a moment when we've got this all solved. Okay, we're back. We're just about to give a taste test. There turns out that there's this much extra in here because remember I said I usually use less coffee? Well, because I didn't have extra. So I'm going to just have a taste of this if I can get it down. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that's very good. See, I'm dangerous right now. I shouldn't be holding a drink. Anyway, I'm going to just have Bill help me clean this up. And then I am going to go and do a little bit on the computer. And I'm going to watch a few videos and then head for bed. All right. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.